amid a high-stakes surveillance mission in the volatile Sumy region. The 3rd Air Assault Battalion, an elite unit within Ukraine's renowned 79th Air Assault Brigade, makes a critical discovery. Russian armored forces are pushing toward the front. Without hesitation, Ukrainian defenders spring into action. The Russian convoy doesn't slow down. Instead, it moves forward aggressively, pouring suppressive fire across Ukrainian lines in an attempt to overwhelm defensive positions and break through. But the defenders are ready. As the situation intensifies, Ukrainian drone teams receive clearance from the command center. Within moments, they shift from observation to assault mode. Drones buzz to life, targeting data is locked in, and then chaos. A thunderous blast tears through the battlefield. One of the advancing Russian tanks has hit a concealed Ukrainian landmine. Fire and steel erupt into the air. The tank is obliterated. From the thick curtain of black smoke, 2 Russian soldiers stagger out alive, but disoriented. They scramble to escape the kill zone, desperate to retreat. But Ukraine's drone operators have one mission now: make sure that wrecked tank is completely taken out of the fight. Precision drones descend again. The damaged vehicle is targeted and struck with ruthless efficiency. Yet the onslaught doesn't stop. More Russian tanks press forward under the cover of fire, trying to maintain pressure. But the Ukrainian drone teams work with clinical calm. Target after target is identified. One by one, the drones strike, then another direct hit. A second. Russian tank erupts in flames. Shrapnel and debris fill the air as dust clouds consume the battlefield. The Russian advance begins to falter. Meanwhile, at another stretch of the front line, something new emerges: a turtle tank. It's a modified Russian armored vehicle, decked out with heavy steel plating designed to resist drone attacks. But when moving alongside other armored units, even these beasts become easy targets. Ukraine's drone teams immediately recognize the opportunity. Attack drones launch in quick succession. They home in fast, striking with pinpoint precision. The Russian convoy slows, now burdened by the chaos of mounting losses. And as explosions ripple through the region, Ukrainian troops double the pressure. Despite the turtle tank's reinforced armor, it can't survive the sustained assault. A well-placed strike rips through its hull, disabling it completely. By the end of the engagement, Russian armored forces in the Sumy region are forced to retreat. Their losses are staggering. Another failed offensive, another exposed weakness. And these so-called turtle tanks? They're a symbol of desperation more than innovation. Often built from outdated Soviet-era hulls like the T-62 or T-72, they're crudely reinforced with scrap metal and steel beams. From a distance, they look like mobile bunkers, but their bulky design sacrifices mobility, visibility, and firepower. To Ukraine's skilled drone operators, these monstrosities are nothing more than oversized targets. The heavy armor may deflect small arms or shrapnel, but it does nothing against guided drones or artillery precision. Worse, the added weight strains their engines to the point of failure, leaving them stuck in trenches or bogged down in muddy terrain. Despite Russian propaganda trying to portray them as a solution to drone warfare, these machines only highlight the lack of modern equipment and strategy among Russian commanders. And Ukraine is exploiting that flaw at every turn. Tactical encirclement. Phase 2. Suppression. Isolation, elimination. With the initial Russian armored push halted, Ukrainian forces immediately shift into the next stage of operations: suppression, isolation, and elimination. The battlefield belongs to those who control the tempo, and Ukraine is now dictating every beat. Location: Sumy region, Eastern Sector. 9:40 local time. Signals intelligence confirms that additional Russian reinforcements are mobilizing just beyond the tree line to the east. Their goal? Flank the Ukrainian defense and punch through the gap created during the failed turtle tank advance. but Ukraine is already ahead. Command relays coordinates. Within minutes, loitering munitions from the 92nd Mechanized Brigade begin their silent hunt. These kamikaze drones sweep low, using the terrain as cover. Through thermal optics, the enemy convoy appears clearly. A column of supply trucks, 2 BMP-3 South, and an EW command vehicle, all heading straight into a death trap. First contact. A kamikaze drone hits the lead BMP, punching through its engine. Block. The vehicle explodes, blocking the path for those behind. Drivers panic. Trucks veer off-road. That's when the second strike lands, direct hit on the U vehicle. No more comes. No more coordination. A hellstorm follows. Artillery units locked into preset firing grids unleash a curtain of fire. Precision shells rain down. The Russian convoy is immobilized. Survivors scatter. But there's nowhere to go. Meanwhile, Ukrainian infantry units from the 93rd Brigade move in from flanking positions. They're not advancing blind. Every step is coordinated with drone overwatch. Every enemy movement is marked in real time. One by one, Russian infantry are flushed from cover. Trenches collapse. A concealed mortar team is spotted repositioning behind a hill. Seconds later, a drone smashes into them mid-move. An overhead blast marks the final collapse of the Russian pocket dot at the center of the storm. Ukrainian drone operators work with mechanical calm. It's not chaos to them, it's orchestration. Each strike a calculated move. Each fireball a message. Ukraine holds the initiative. Phase 3, clearing the red zone by midday. The battlefield map has changed. The Russians are no longer pressing, they're hiding. Ukrainian forces begin clearing operations, moving sector by sector to root out any remaining threats. FPV drones lead the way. They scan tree lines, bunkers, even abandoned vehicles. Any heat signature is analyzed, confirmed, and if hostile, neutralized. At one site, an abandoned Russian BTR appears empty until sensors pick up faint movement underneath. A drone swoops in. A single charge dropped into the vehicle. The result? Instant detonation. These final sweeps are the most dangerous. Traps, hidden mines, desperate holdouts. But Ukrainian assault teams work methodically. Engineers with mine detectors crawl ahead. Every trench is cleared with flashbangs and grenades before troops enter. One hidden bunker takes 3 attempts to breach. Inside, crates of ammunition, a makeshift command map, and 5 Russian soldiers too stunned to fight. They're taken alive. Interrogation will follow. The cost of blind aggression. By evening, the operation concludes. Ukrainian forces not only hold their ground, they've expanded control over key terrain, secured vital corridors, and eliminated dozens of enemy vehicles and over 100 troops. The so-called armored spearhead has become a graveyard of steel. The most telling sign of Russian failure? The broken turtle tanks now rusting in the open fields, proof that desperation doesn't win wars. And improvisation without strategy is suicide. This engagement adds another chapter to Russia's growing list of failed offensives. For Ukraine, it's another example of how agility, coordination, and tech dominance can overcome brute force. Aftermath and analysis. Ukraine's new dominance doctrine. Time: 1830, local sector secure. Debrief in progress as the sun dips below the skyline. Smoke still curls from the distant tree line. The battle is over. Ukrainian forces hold firm over the Sumy sector. Russian remnants have either fled, been neutralized, or captured. But what matters most now isn't just territory, it's the message. Russia came with armor. Ukraine answered with intellect, speed, and precision. The drone revolution is here. This battle confirmed what Ukraine's high command has long believed. The era of large-scale mechanized assaults is fading. Russia's turtle tanks, monstrous and lumbering, were outmatched by fleets of agile, cost-effective UAVs that strike with pinpoint accuracy. These weren't just FPVs, they were part of a layered web of surveillance, kamikaze and artillery linked. Drones, all sensed in real time. And what did Russia bring to counter them? Welded scrap metal, outdated armor, no electronic warfare coverage, no air support. The result? Catastrophic failure. One Ukrainian drone operator described it this way: "It's like watching a dinosaur charge at a swarm of bees. Slow, angry, and already dead." Casualties in numbers: 7 Russian armored vehicles destroyed, including 3 Turtle tanks, 2 BMP, 3 South immobilized and abandoned, 1 EU vehicle eliminated before it could jam signals, 1 full supply convoy neutralized, 5 trench complexes cleared, over 120 Russian soldiers confirmed. Kiev, 9 taken prisoner for intelligence extraction, Ukrainian losses minimal thanks to overwhelming drone recon and precision airburst tactics. The battlefield now resembles a graveyard of iron, a scene straight out of a documentary. Except it's happening today, right now, and Ukraine owns the footage. What? The footage shows Shelmetcam video from the 93rd Mechanized Brigade reveals stunning close-quarters coordination. Grenades lobbed into dugouts, assault teams advancing behind smoke, and medics operating under fire to save wounded comrades. But perhaps most iconic is the thermal drone footage of a Turtle tank stuck in a ditch, trying to reverse just moments before a strike pierces its armor from above. It erupts in flame, lighting up the whole valley. That clip is already spreading across Telegram and X, becoming the new symbol of Russian failure. Strategic impact. This engagement isn't just a tactical win, it's a strategic disruption. The Sunumi Corridor was believed to be one of Russia's potential springboards for a southern thrust. That window is now closed. Even worse for them, it's exposed glaring weaknesses in their armored doctrine. More than that, Ukrainian command now has intact Russian comms equipment, maps, and documents recovered from the abandoned bunker. Analysts believe this will accelerate Ukraine's ability to predict and counter future attacks. A message to the world. Russia is still throwing bodies and metal at the front, but Ukraine is evolving. Every week, new drone designs roll out. New tactics are tested. New victories are recorded. And every failed Russian push becomes a recruitment video for Ukraine's defenders. Let the world see this. This isn't a stalemate. This isn't a frozen war. This is a battlefield where innovation is winning. Where courage is backed by code. Where every FPV strike is a vote for freedom. Join the fight with truth. We'll keep telling these stories from the front. The real ones. From the trenches, from the drone feeds, from the heart of the battle. Smash that like button if you stand with Ukraine. Subscribe and ring the bell, because tomorrow's footage might be even more decisive. And drop in the comments if you believe these defenders deserve the world's support. Until next time, stay informed, stay strong, and never stop believing in freedoms. Power. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes.